Hello everybody, how are you? Just want to recommend to y'all go to my website. I've probably done shared the link, which I know I have, and it's about the big famous antenna array. Not using the other word because, well, algorithm, but it is looking as if they're firing up and it's putting out a signal or a reminder to everybody that there's electromagnetic interference in a certain area. That's on the internet, and all of that, you might want to check it out. I did forget something, but I had to leave today and go somewhere, but I will fix it accordingly. I forgot to put in the URL of where that may be. I mean, I took a screenshot of it, but for you to see it for yourself, might get taken down before I can get home, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, point being, so why all of a sudden are they doing that? Do y'all have any idea? Because I don't. I know it's for supposed to be for modifying different things. Well, I don't think that's the only reason why that was designed. Now, it was for weather. It's also for control. You see what I'm pointing to, right? Control. Now, didn't most everybody, according to all of this that we've been seeing, got a roll up your sleever? Now, we're just now finding out. Maybe it ain't been the whole thing, but what was Monograph talking about the other day about, finances and things that might happen on, what was it, August 10th? Something to that effect. Maybe he might be onto something really big. I hope not. I hope, trust me, I'm hoping that he's really wrong, and I'm hoping that what's fixing to happen with this array has nothing to do with, because if it does, I don't know what else we can do. This may all be over a lot sooner than we thought. And someone has been infringing on the Second Amendment quite hard lately. And if you don't know what it's, the right to bear arms, telling us what kind that we don't need. Well, I'm gonna be quite honest with you, and this is just to the point to where I don't know how far that these people would go. And I'm talking about the elite, how far they would actually go against their own human race. And the reason why I say that is because no one knows. We know what they've done in the past. What they're going to do now, I don't know, and what they're planning. Not for real. Not. I can't tell you for real what they're going to do. But this is something that's going on that is really very disturbing right now. To me. And I still got that crawl coming at the back of my spine. It's just itching me. Maybe it's cause my neck's bad these days. I don't know, or it's just more sensitive to these reasonings that I feel that issue. I don't know. But I will tell you this. If I'm right and Monty's right with what's coming real soon, you're not going to know our country, people. You're not going to know it. Because I do believe that we got so many different things going on. We got this thing about race that is floating around. We also got China and Russia, those crazy things that's been going on, and inflation. That's like this, cars and trucks and stuff that you can buy, super high right now. And there really ain't much of a sale going on, and ones you do see really aren't sales. It's more for a lease, that's what I've seen. And even then, they're higher than normal, okay? But the cost of a vehicle right now, I seen yesterday on a dealership lot, a 2018 Chevrolet truck, they wanted $48,000 for it. The new ones are even more than that, because you know how that goes. But they don't have very many on the lot. They might have had 20 vehicles, brand new. I have never seen dealership lots this empty. Cadillac, they didn't have hardly any new cars that I could see unless they was inside on the floor. They didn't have none on the lot. They had a lot of used vehicles. They're scraping by, holding on with their both feet. Chevrolet, the Cadillac place. There was another dealership, Toyota. The Toyota truck. No chips, ain't got none. So now you got 2000, you got the year 2000s, you got the 2001s that are out now. The 2002s have already are starting to come out. Now you got the 2000s, okay, and 2001, they're almost obsolete. Okay, well, according to statistics, now I haven't seen this, but if anybody lives by a manufacturer or a factory, and you have a drone, it would probably be one of the best videos that you probably ever gonna make if you was to go buy one of them, set the drone off up in the air so everybody could see how many vehicles were on their lot, knowing that they don't have that many generally, and to see if they have stopped production because their lot's full. That would be a good video for somebody to make. I don't live close to one, or I would do it myself. I can tell you about the cars that are around here on the lots of, they're not the manufacturers or nothing. I mean, they're manufacturer retail stores. But they're not building anything at them, and they're not stacking them up there. They're stacking them up somewhere else because they're not finished vehicles. In other words, they don't have a chip. I went into Best Buy last night. We went out to dinner, and we went to Best Buy. My wife wanted to look at something. She wanted to look at a watch. Y'all know me. I'm not wearing no watch, especially a radio-controlled watch on my arm. Now, she likes it, and her arm breaks out right there all the time from wearing that watch. I keep telling her she needs to quit doing it, but hey, talking to women that know more than you do, you can't. I'm not being facetious. I'm just telling you how she is. I'm not going to win that battle, and I'm not going to try. Okay? She wants to wear it, she's going to wear it. I'm just not wearing one. So that's the way that ball bounces. But she wanted to see one, so we went there. And guess what I saw in there? You're right. They didn't have hardly anything in the store. All their stock down. All of their electronic stuff is down on parts. From their refrigerators to you name it. Some of the TVs, some of the games, some of the game controllers, some of the telephones, some of the cell wireless connections that carry anything that carries that chip in it. And that chip goes in a lot of different things. They're programmable for a lot of different things. And they were down on stock. And I asked the guy, so what's going on? Y'all look like y'all about to close up. He says, we're not closing up. He says, we just still waiting on containers to come from wherever they're coming from to bring us merchandise. We can't buy nothing. Or, I mean, we can't get anything to put out because of the chips. That's what they keep telling us. Well, now I want y'all to understand this. They coming from China, and they coming from not Vietnam. What's that other? It's an Asian country. I just don't remember the name of it. But it's two of them that's making the chip. Okay. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Those chips are small, and the manufacturer that makes them, hey, they can make 10,000 of them things a day, easy. With the robotic machines they got, they can make 10,000 of them a day. Okay, they're not that far behind, is my point. Someone is holding chips for some reason. Well, for them to hold the chips, the United States should be making their own chips and firing up a line to make their own chips and doing it here in the United States immediately. Or we're going to have what we call, or what you call, a crash. And that crash is going to come in vehicles. Vehicles are so far out of price range right now that it's ridiculous. And when they do start getting chips, the 2000, 2001s and the 2002s that don't have chips yet, and they're just sitting there, they can't go nowhere because they ain't got no chips. What in the hell is people going to do? Or is this just another way to let you know by 2002? See, the Ford Lightning's coming out with a new truck. It's called the Ford Lightning. It's not a new name. Most of the Ford Lightnings are all gas. This one is totally electric. We talked about this in a video the other day, and I'm believing that more and more people is coming up with electric cars. Is that what they're doing? Just totally stopping the building of gasoline vehicles? I don't think so. I did hear that they were going to quit making cars. Chevrolet, Dodge, and Ford were going to quit making cars other than their sports car, like the Camaro, the Challenger, and the Charger, and the Mustang. And I think Chevrolet has another GT or something that's got a V8 in it. That's a small car. That's generally a sports car too. Now, whether that's true or not, I mean, I don't know. I can't answer the question of that being a total 100%. So I'm not really trying to go into that. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I do know that once they get these chips and they start flying out the vehicles with them, okay, they start slamming them up into vehicles, what in the hell are they going to do with them? You got a brand new 2000 vehicle, okay? Shortly it's going to be 2001, and the 2002s are already coming out. So you got the whole year 2001s just about that are not having no chips, and then all of a sudden we get a whole shitload of them. What do you think is going to come down due to the prices on vehicles that, like used ones, for instance, that's $48,000? The price is going to have to come down on them for sure, because they're going to try to want to sell the new ones for that kind of price. See my point? So right now is not a good time to buy a vehicle. Not a good time to buy a house neither, and it ain't a good time to buy anything. It's a good time to sell. Now, if you got one that you want to sell and hang on to the money for a little while, you got transportation and this, that, and another. But if you want good money for your vehicle right now, an old vehicle right now is like Chevrolet trucks, 2006. Now, this is just me grazing around looking at different prices on trucks. I seen them damn things for $22,000. I'm talking 2006. Now, that wasn't no Kelly Blue Book or nothing, because they would recommend you not buy that. Not Kelly Blue Book. What's that? Carfax. Carfax would have recommended you not buy that, and they would have told you, you know, that's like $5,000 or $10,000 over. It says over and below. Well, they're going to have a market, and it's going to be above for sure on those. But there's still people out there, if they like the vehicle, they're buying them. And I'm not joking, because they're advertising them. If you don't believe me, look in your little magazines that are around you, and Car Trader, Truck Trader, whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about. That they want $20,000 for some of these old vehicles, like 2004, 200,000 miles. It doesn't matter. It ain't been rebuilt. You know how much it's worth? Probably 10 grand. And I'm not shitting you. I mean, it's money that you can get for it. Not to say that it's worth that. I don't think it's worth that much. And I wouldn't buy one. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying some people, especially right now, because they can't afford to buy anything any better. You understand what I mean? Nobody can afford the vehicles right now. The newer they are, the more they cost. The reason why I started looking is because me and the better half was looking at a vehicle that we could ride all our grandkids in, and it being an SUV, but still my style as a truck, and that was going to be, Granny likes Cadillacs, so I was looking at the Cadillacs. That was going to be an Escalade. Whew, Lord have mercy. Jesus. They were 100 right now, 95. They way out of bounds now. The used ones are that high now. You understand what I'm saying? If you can find one, you're going to pay a shitload of money for them. And that's no joke. And these people that are buying, and I'm not going to spend no $95,000, especially for that old of a vehicle, like 3 years old, 4 years old. I'm not paying that kind of money for a 4-year-old vehicle. With maybe it might have minimum miles like 30 or 40,000 miles, but I'm not paying that much money. It ain't worth that. Not to me. My truck is fairly new, and I didn't pay nowhere near that kind of price when I bought this. And that was just before this roll up your sleeve shit started. But, you know, There you go. All right. Now, all you people out there, this is just heads up. And I'm being honest. Don't buy no car. If you got some cars that you want to sell, right now is a good time to sell them. Find you some way to advertise them to sell them. If you got cars in your yard that you want to get rid of, that you ain't ever been able to sell, even used junk cars, if you advertise it right, you can get good money out of them damn things. Because if it's just got a blowed up motor and it's got a good body, hey man, slap your motor in and set it. Right now's a good time to do that. You can't go wrong. I'm being honest. But if you buying, don't buy. Hey, this ain't no financial place for information, because I'm not no financial guy, but I am smart enough, been around long enough to let you know that it's not a good time to buy shit. Not even a house. I did a video yesterday and I did not get it put up. I was telling y'all about the solar flare that we had yesterday as well. I caught it right when it happened, and I took the clip. It wasn't in long enough, but now that it's went off, it's a real big flare. So I didn't put the video up, even though we did some good talking in it. I got interrupted a couple times on the telephone, so I didn't do it because it was real loud ringing. I got ticked off because it was the same person calling. But that's neither here nor there. But it was also to apologize about the first video about me getting so upset, so I might as well tell you, because I'm not going to put that one up. Might as well tell you that. And I don't know what it is, but here lately, me putting up videos, or let me rephrase that, me making videos, man, they are taking so long to render, and there's nothing wrong with the computer. It's these damn updates. I got an update the other day from Windows and Firefox. Firefox is wanting to update again today. Why, I don't know. It seems to be not taking the thing. I have to uninstall it and reinstall it. But I don't know if y'all been noticing this. Maybe it's I got something that, but they are actually putting me into this area. I'll be watching something and it'll just stop. And the browsers that I got open, okay, I got a bunch of browsers open because I do a lot of research and I'm watching a lot of things. And I got those browsers up, but when one of them starts responding, I have to close it out and start all of them again, or they won't work. There's something really weird going on about that. And maybe that's why Firefox they got something new going on, and they got a glitch, and that's what's causing it. And this is the new update is supposed to be fixing it. I don't know. Hopefully it does. But the last two didn't do nothing but make it worse. It's bad enough now that I have to look at another computer because it's not got the same update, because this one I use constantly. I'm thinking real seriously about reformatting that computer, because something just ain't right. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's something ain't right or it's who I am, and I'm getting the screws put to me because of someone that I don't like. You know what I mean? And I'm putting out information about him and his boyfriend or his friend, and saying things about him. And we all know who the goat is. You know, the one that wants you to get that roll up your sleeve, you know, right in your sleeve arm, where your arm turns into a magnet. Oh my God. And we were talking about what? That place. You know, the one that can do this stuff here. Now, have they been turning that on? You know, I'm going to go back on that site and look at some other dates. I hadn't done this yet. I had to leave, like I told you. I did put up the web page, and to explain it to you and give you the screenshot of what I found. But I'm going to have to go back and see if I can go back and date to see if there's any more times that they've done that in the last year and a half, since all of this stuff's been going on. If this has been going on a lot, this might be what's causing some of these people to just go out of their mind and go around killing people. You know, the little video we made the other day about people killing people? That might be what's wrong. Them people may have lost their ever-loving mind, and they were programmed to do that. Now, we know that they can do that, but are they doing it more so now than they've ever done it? But you know, the person they really need to do that to is the guy that can't hold a candlestick anymore, and he's got old timers and the M timers and the yam timers. He got the Weebie Weebies timers, whatever kind of timers. It doesn't matter what kind of timers. He's got the timers. Y'all know who that is, don't you? Don't you know who's got the timers? You know, the one that is posing. You know, the poser, the one that's posing to be the commander. You know, the poser. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. So if that's the case, and that's true, all these things are true, I think we might be in deep shit, folks. Now, I really do think that we might be in some deep shit. Coming soon to a theater near you. I can't put no date on it. Monograph did put a date on something, and he's saying August the 10th. Now, he may be right, but he's talking about the financial situation that we got going on, and if he is right, that's not too far away. That's just a month. That's just a month. Well, what, a month and a week? It ain't that far. It's fixing to be July. People are fixing to spend a shitload of money on the 4th of July. And I can tell you that they're going to buy a lot of fireworks, because near me there is a place that's selling fireworks, and I know that out of there they have gotten semi-trailer loads of merchandise. They had 8 trailers. They're all empty but one, and there's 2 there left, and they were unloading one, and it was 3/4 empty when I went by. Now, when I get back and I go back that way, it's going to be completely empty because they were unloading it. And they ain't going to have nowhere to put that other one right off the get-go, or at least I don't think, unless they selling that much stuff. Now, I do know that they are a retailer or wholesaler, and they do internet service as well. But that doesn't matter. I mean, that's how people make a living. I used to sell fireworks, and I know, I mean, that's how I did mine different than they're doing it, but I made a good living at selling fireworks. There's money in fireworks if you're buying it at the right place. You can't work for somebody else. You've got to buy the stuff, be able to buy it yourself, get your license, your agreements, and the deals to do it with, and do it. But there is good money in fireworks down here where I'm at, in Florida. And you know, I am starting to see that I have a lot of people in my area that watch Dutch, that's been passed down probably through me, through people I know that tell them to go see Dutch since. And these people are getting the information from people that I know, and then they end up being there from something that I told them, and they told them to go there. You know how that goes. And I've noticed that there's a lot of people that live in my area. There was one in the last video said that he lived over off of University. Well, that's only about 22 miles from me. I used to be on University all the time when I worked. Well, COVID stopped that. I had to retire. But that's neither here nor there. But folks, something's up. Something's up with this for some people, and I'm making this video because of the array. We all know what the array is, the 180 antennas. Okay. That big array that's supposedly to control the weather wasn't made just for that. It was made for a lot of things. The high ionosphere, they can bounce that stuff anywhere they want to, which they also can create it to bounce, but they can make it. They don't have to always make it. It's atmospheric conditions. They can do it too. They can make it bounce 2 or 3 times if they want to get somewhere. And with that kind of power, they can do a lot of damage. You understand? If it's on the right frequency, they can do something to this. And since they got that new stuff that's in your arm, that's magnetic, they say, you got an issue. You understand? That's all I'm saying. All the warnings I'm giving you. Because what are they up to? Being honest. What are they up to? All of a sudden, maybe they've been doing it on and off for a while. Or maybe they've been doing it every week. Who knows? I don't know that yet. I'm going to do some research into it. We'll find out. Maybe they ain't ever shut it completely down since the college took over. Maybe they're using it every day. I don't know. But if they are, maybe that's what's wrong with people. So with that, much love to all of y'all. Thank y'all for coming over and watching my last video. And I hope you share this one the same way and you view it the same way and you get the information out the same way. It may have a strange title. I know we talked about a hell of a lot of different things, but the title is going to be a little bit more of what we're started talking about to begin with, and that's the reason why I'm putting this on. This will end up going on the webpage along with everything else as well, with my opinion. It doesn't have this video on there yet because I'm just now making it, but it will be. It may take a few hours because the last one I done took it was about 4 hours before it got uploaded because it took 2 hours to render, and it took, well, no, it took longer. It took 3 hours to render, and it took about 15-20 minutes for it to actually get put up. So it took about 4 hours. I'm hoping that this one don't take that long, but I just don't understand why these movie programs that I got that used to be super fast taking so long. It's taking so long to record a video now. Didn't used to do that. So I know that what it is some kind of activity in the background that's coming from downloads and uploads that come from Windows. In other words, it's screwing with the drivers, and it don't allow them to work like they did at the beginning, slowing down movie content. You understand? You understand. That's all I got to say. You understand exactly what I just said. So much love to y'all. Y'all all have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. And I hope to see you soon again. And we will talk a little more about all of our situations. So much love. And remember, it's the human race. And that's all there is. There is no race. There is no different race out there anymore. There's no thoroughbred race of any kind. None. None whatsoever. Much love to y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day now, you hear? from my cold dead hands, and I damn well mean it. Abolish corporate greed. You can see how greedy they've been for the last year and a half. How much further are they going to take it? Much love.